Hey everybody!
Hello.
Hey guys!
MaJeliv here. We are the Vasquez family. Now in today's video, we're going to be reacting to the final episode of the first season of the Book of Boba Fett. And man, it has been quite the journey so far. We kind of started this show late. We have finally caught up and we are here at the finale. We've been loving it so far. But no, we are extremely excited. They've been building up this finale, this battle, this collision. The last episode, for those of you that don't know, spoiler warning, but they showed a live action Cad Bane, which was absolutely insane.
Oh
It was wild. It was so surreal to see such a staple character.
Such a scary character, man.
Yeah, man, to see him in live action is
It's
something.
like cool and scary
hits different.
at the same time.
Hits different.
It went
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And to
It's
see
Cad
Ahsoka and Luke in the same frame, to see
Yep.
Luke training Grogu, there was just so many great moments. And
For Ahsoka to talk about Anakin with Luke.
right,
Like,
and it's and Yoda's lightsaber. So there's a lot of beautiful things that happened in the last episode, and the episode ended with Grogu having to choose between Mando and being a Jedi. So now we will, I guess, begin and see what he chose and see how this series comes to a close.
that or it connects with
Or it
another
connects.
show.
Right, maybe it's gonna be leading up until the next.
Maybe there's an end credit scene.
Solo.
Who
There's
knows?
a lot of potential.
Not solo.
Currently,
Obi-Wan.
this is officially
Obi-Wan?
the longest episode because it is an hour long.
Yeah.
How it should be.
There we go. How it should be. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. Hope you guys enjoy our reaction. And with that, let's jump in. Here we go.
Oh,
Oh man,
The explosion.
yeah.
dude, that's terrible. They're all gone.
Were you able to hire any foot soldiers?
I think so.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, man.
Cad Bane is raising a garrison for us.
What are they gonna do?
So who could show up that could save them?
No, that's another ship.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, he looks so cool, but terrifying.
So creepy.
Oh my gosh.
He's got
The
beef
makeup.
with Boba.
The makeup is incredible, dude.
In the name of honor.
I want to know who the actor is inside of that.
I think it's the
Yeah.
same guy who does his voice, maybe, or they just voice over. But
Whoa. Wish I could pop out of bed like that.
Me too.
Oh, X-wing incoming.
oh, Luke.
You
Really?
think?
Why would he be there?
And what if Grogu chose Mando?
Oh,
I never saw his
maybe he
choice.
did.
Oh my gosh, I think you're right. What if he did indeed choose? Oh my gosh, he chose.
Wow.
He's not here. What do you have here, huh?
Yeah.
Shiny. Look at you, ants.
That's probably
He
why we don't see
chose-
him.
Yeah.
That's why we don't ever see him as a Jedi, like in the future of, you know.
He never becomes a Jedi.
Yeah.
Maybe he becomes like a gray Jedi
We
type
wait
thing.
for the reinforcements to arrive with Cad Bane from Freetown.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I have a bad feeling about this.
Dude, the costumes.
Dude, I love the incorporation
The
of these kids.
background.
It's so cool.
Mhm.
Getting a feel for the adolescence of Star Wars.
Is it Cad Bane? Oh, it
Yeah.
is.
Oh my gosh.
Gosh.
Here we go.
This is
This
the
is it.
standoff that they wanted. They just weren't gonna do it in Clone Wars. They're gonna do it here.
What I smell is something.
You mean the one that massacred your Tuscan family and blamed it on a speed bike gang? This right here, right now.
He knew it too.
I can take him.
You're emotional.
I can take him.
We need to adjust.
He looks so good, man.
Good man. Good job.
Your clients. Negotiations are terminated.
He was like the
That
true-
actor has to walk down, man. He
Yeah.
looks just like the guy in the card in the
Yeah, it's
animated
crazy,
series.
man.
That was an
I knew it right when I saw those people. I was like, they were looking too nosy.
Oh no. Oh my goodness.
The heck?
So much for laying a treaty.
Oh no.
Oh no. Poor guys.
No!
No!
Dude.
I would have never thought I was gonna be upset about seeing those guys die.
Dude, they're gonna need some help.
I know, but who's gonna help? Like,
Grogu's gonna help. Come on, with Yoda's lightsaber.
He's not a Jedi.
He doesn't have a Jedi.
Yeah, what is Grogu gonna do?
Yeah, you barely even trained.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ow!
Yes.
Thank you. Manners. I like it.
She's so great.
Oh man. Like
Alright,
a bantha.
Fennec.
Yes.
Okay, you gotta admit though, their speeders need to go a little faster. Their speeders
Yeah, no kidding. They're pretty, but that's it. They're just
Yeah.
like, we're cool, but this is as fast as we go.
It's like a Vespa staying at 20 miles
Oh,
per
come
hour.
on.
I can't abandon Mos Espa. These people are counting on me.
Okay then. We'll both die in the name of honor.
You sure you want to stay?
This is the way.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That is
Dude, let's go!
Oh, man.
Dude! Yes! What we've been waiting for. Jeez Louise. There's so many of them. Oh! Come on now. Dude, this is so badass. What the heck, man?
Yes.
Come on.
Ah.
Ah. Oh.
It's like 2 versus 12.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, Freetown.
Yeah.
Yo!
Yes.
Let's go.
Star Wars kids on Vespers. Let's go.
Oh, be careful.
Oh, come on.
Low-key Spy Kids 3 vibes.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Oh, yes.
Made it.
Let's go. Yeah,
Gosh,
he
he's
was
so
nice.
awesome.
Oh!
No. Protect him.
Oh, come on, guys.
No, don't let him.
No!
Oh.
Dude, let's go.
Bro, Mando.
Mando.
Show. Yes. Oh. What?
What now?
Where did they get this?
Oh my gosh. This does not end for them,
This
does
is the
it?
Pyke Syndicate doing this?
Oh, what?
They're like massive, yeah, massive Droidicas. Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Oh!
Right.
Oh.
No.
What? Oh.
Then now what?
What?
What is that doing?
It's not doing anything.
No, he's
Oh, he's
doing
drawing them
something.
away. Yeah, he's drawing them away from.
Oh my
It's like
god.
a Disney ride. I
you
bet you
imagine?
watch.
Like a carriage, dude. Dude, the Western inspiration.
Oh my god.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Oh.
Hey, little guy. Yeah. I missed you too, buddy.
Oh no! Oh!
Ooh.
He was so safe with Luke.
Yeah.
Oh, you called it, Josh.
When that was the only other person that's been introduced that, yeah.
Boy, here we go.
Oh my gosh!
What?
He's riding it like a bantha.
Yeah. See?
At least they'll top him.
What is that?
Oh,
It's
it's like a
damage.
boss fight where like it turns red and then it disappears. Right.
Yes. Come on. Yes.
Dude.
And this garbage.
It's the force.
Oh my gosh, man. A Rancor fight.
I love you so much.
Oh, yes.
Oh, let's go. She's got the A2 ADC in her hand, it looks like.
One more to go. No.
Ah,
Dude.
Wow.
no.
Oh no.
No.
Oh.
It's so satisfying.
Yeah, where did she go?
I know, I know.
There
you
it
go.
is.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. There's this. There's the.
Don't toy with me. I'm not a little boy any longer. You are an old man.
I'm still faster than you.
There it is. Oh.
You gave it a shot. You tried to go straight. You've got your father's blood pumping through your veins. There's no shame in it.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
I knew you were a killer.
That is so satisfying.
Finally. After all these years.
After all these years, bro.
You kept pushing, Cad.
Do you know how many times he's died?
I know.
Yeah.
I don't believe it until I see it.
He's
I
gone.
don't know.
better
I
be.
don't know.
His eyes didn't turn off.
close.
So many movies are referencing like Western, King Kong.
That's a perfect King Kong move, right? Hey, I was gonna take his head off.
Ow! 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 My head is hurting.
Oh my gosh, dude, where is Boba Fett?
I
Come
know.
on,
Come on, Boba. Get up.
claim your pet.
Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, jeez. Don't get eaten.
No, you'll be fine.
His little hands. No way. Come on now. Come on. Oh, you gotta be joking. What? Yeah, nap time with the Rancor. You know.
Oh man.
That's Fennec.
She's so awesome.
Dude.
Dude.
But no one else was in the room where it happened.
I love that joke.
Oh my goodness, this was so great.
Wow.
This is cool.
There we
And
go.
on to the next chapter,
And
my
they
friends. Ah, yes.
Hear
Oh,
that?
there he goes.
Yeah, man.
Bum,
Oh,
bum. Oh,
look,
Grogu's up there.
This is the last time.
That's amazing.
Oh man.
Yes.
Yes.
Robert Rodriguez.
Oh, oh, oh,
Oh,
oh,
we have something.
Wait, so
and
the Wookiee wasn't there.
And
So who was using it?
I know. That's what we're gonna find out.
Who was in it? No.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Who's that?
Oh, he's alive.
They're trying to
Oh yeah, Cobb. Sorry, I was late to that.
Oh.
Oh,
They're trying to rehabilitate him, basically.
they're gonna make him a
Oh.
cyborg.
Yeah.
Oh. So
He's
good.
alive.
He lives.
He's alive.
That guy's just no. He's just like he's the
That guy, the cyborg
Yeah,
maker.
I don't know his name. I wish we.
What a fan-freaking-tastic show.
Oh my
All
God.
around, here's my score. 20 out of 10. After you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting because now, like, obviously being older, there were times where I feel like, not that it's made for kids or teens, but it definitely is. Like George Lucas has always said, there's a level to these stories that it's made for younger generations, you know. But there were still moments that they didn't shy away from certain violence and things that like the Clone Wars did so well.
Oh
like
my God.
those memes of like, oh yeah, Clone Wars is for children, and you cut to like all these very, very intense, violent moments. So it's just such a great blend, I think, and I think it was able to honor Boba Fett's chapter, kind of giving him a chance for us to get to know him more and more of his journey, rather the end of one journey and the beginning of another for him. But it's also kind of a little pause into clearly the bigger story, which is with Mando and Grogu and Mandalore and whatever Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are building there, because clearly that's still the story that we are following. And I also realized that a lot of Mando coming to help Boba was the way that Boba
Came to help me.
decided to help Mando in the second season.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a ripple effect. And I have a feeling we're gonna see these characters again. They're building up for a massive battle. Like I just feel it. Like they're building up for something big.
Expected.
'Cause-
And then Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot that's gonna be explored.
Exciting.
I wonder if Ahsoka is gonna kind of continue on.
Yeah, it's curious to see when that takes
the whole
place.
Jedi aspect
Right.
of this story and
but again, it's still very much Jedi. So
right,
so,
yeah.
But, I mean, who
but
knows?
I was trying to get at is I feel like the season 3 of Mandalorian would probably be about reforming, at least trying to reform like
Mandalore.
Mandalore possibly just because he has the dark saber.
And also with Grogu, of how that's supposed to affect him, because obviously he can still use the Force and it's still in him, but he's not officially a Jedi right now because he kind of chose the other choice to go back to the Mandalorian. So I'm curious to see how that's going to affect him, and will that affect him in a positive way, or will that start making things go a little bit bad? It's cool because this feels like almost an epilogue to the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, so like this was its own section, but then it's like, and now on to Mandalorian season 3, hopefully.
Right. The overall feel of this is the reason, and I'm going to justify my 20 out of 10, because as you said, this is, I don't want to say it's a side mission for Mando, because it kind of minimizes Boba's story as just like a side mission, because it's definitely something that will and has affected Din, right? Is his name? Din's journey, Mando's journey, where a lot of his beliefs, a lot of what honor is to him, has so much to do with his relationship with Boba. He's an older Mandalorian that has obviously drifted far, far away from the Mandalore ways, but he still sticks to him. He sticks by his side, is what I mean, and he lives by his word and to the death, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of like the big takeaway for me. And
also I think Mando, in a way, I think he was hurt by what was said with the
the other two.
Lady.
armor. Yeah. So I
forgot
think
her
part
name.
of him is trying to still hold on
Right.
to a sense of identity, but he found out with Boba.
Well, and I'm starting to suspect when we talk about the big journey here, I would love to see in some way that Boba has something to do with Mando being able to take that journey to atone, and maybe the end result is not necessarily to atone, but to learn so much along the way. And who Grogu has become is truly like his child now, his child. And what is that going to turn into? Clearly, as we said, he's Force sensitive. But yeah, so to go back to what I was saying, all of what the book of Boba Fett is, we've gotten this really deep look at who this this bounty hunter became and who he really attempted to be, someone that was going to take the non-violent approach. He tried to do things in a very diplomatic way. He just really did try a whole new approach.
And that's what Cad Bane coming in. I mean, yeah, obviously, literally, he entered into the picture, right, with the whole Pyke Syndicate deal, but symbolically, too, he was symbolizing, you know, Boba's old life coming to haunt him and, like, remind him and almost trying to bring him back, you know, and that's why Fennec was, like, telling him, you know, now's not the time, like, you know, don't fall for this.
I
So
love
that's
how
the bigger picture here.
the way
I
that
think.
he striked him down as well was kind of like the staff he gained from the Tusken life part of him, like when he joined the tribe.
Well, that was proving to Cad Bane as well that because the Cad Bane was saying that how they've gotten that they've made him soft, and the fact that he uses that weapon that they've helped him forge, which made him quote unquote soft, made him stronger.
Yeah.
In a sense.
It's very poetic, very
Yeah.
very poetic.
Yeah, I mean, and you can, and it was so good by Tamura Morrison because he, like, you could see the like not the rage, but like the ferocity in his eyes when Cad Bane challenged the things that he's grown in, and like, you know, that's what we were talking about, Dad, like what it means to be a man and a leader and like a daimyo, as we're talking about, like you know, a certain mercy and grace given to certain people, but there's a level of honor and respect, and you know when to draw that line and when to show up and rightfully with and justly you know, defend and draw the line. So
How about that moment when Cad Bane calls him a little boy? Did any of you
I saw a little
flash-
boy.
Me
Little
too,
boy. I
me
was
too.
like, oh my
that,
god!
like that rage, that remember how he was just this angry little kid, and he's always been on his own. He's always been alone, and he finds himself in a tribe of people, a native people who are native to the land, and he gets connected to the spirit of this planet, and then dedicates himself to protecting it. All elements recovered. Fennec got her spotlight. You even had the two characters, the one from Freetown and the girl Drash, I think is her name. They started off bickering. They had their great moment of like, we got to work together. It's just, I didn't see any loose ends, on my personal opinion.
Right.
From a poetic justice, from a literary standpoint, from a cinematic standpoint.
And it's still, like I said,
applause
it's
in
still
this.
made in a way so that younger audiences can understand it. Like,
Yes.
When I heard Fennec describing the plan, instead of actually showing it, which, you know, if we're being critiques here now, like, that's something they easily could have shown, but they're laying it out because it reminded me in the prequels that they would just talk about certain battles. So in a way, it calls back to the way that Star Wars, there's a certain style and way that these movies are made. And even some of the lines were corny and cheesy, but that's Star Wars. Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
I mean,
A New
even
Hope,
even in
and
the even
it's
in
just-
Clone,
it's fun.
even in
It's
the prequels. Remember, this is where the fun begins.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say that in battle, but it's just the banter that Anakin and Obi-Wan had. So
Right.
there's a certain like
There's
like the
callbacks,
yeah,
yeah.
there was callbacks. Especially with the ship but as well as characters, because the two comedic reliefs of the show. The mayor's assistant, who was hilarious, fantastic job if you're out there.
Awesome.
Definitely.
And another fantastic one is the one who helped Mando with the ship.
Yeah, we
she
don't know
was-
their names right now.
She was in the Mandalorian show and also in this one, and she did incredible once again. So I loved being able to have a laugh because there is a lot of dark things that happen, and just seeing Mos Espa being completely destroyed. But I agree with my dad. I really do. I do love this show. I think it's we didn't go into the show with any expectations at all. In fact, we didn't have an anticipation for the show because it kind of came out and we were like, oh,
cool.
but like we were going through life when the show happened.
Yeah.
So we weren't really acknowledging, oh, Book of Boba Fett came out, what's gonna happen. We watched it because we haven't been watching it and we want to see what they did. And so I think that's why we can see this with open eyes, is because there was no anticipation for it on our end, on the closing days towards the show.
Well, I really loved like we got to see more of Fennec's character, which I loved because we saw her in Bad Batch as well, and
Yeah.
she freaking killed it.
Literally.
Literally.
The entire,
Yeah, so
Plural.
just such a great role that we got to understand her more and how she met Boba Fett and how she kind of kept him grounded when he was almost about to get emotional with the duel.
Right.
You know, like she's like, you're emotional and don't do it. So that was really cool. It's just excited. It just makes me excited for the next chapter and what's to come.
Yeah.
And stuff. And obviously we got closure finally with Cad Bane, which I was very happy about. Because obviously, like Matthew said, even though we barely see him in this show, if you watch Clone Wars, you will definitely know what we are feeling when we see that moment come. If he did look pretty dead.
We
so.
still have to watch Bad Batch because we don't know how he kind of exits or how that show kind of closes up. But
yeah, we have
but
to
that's
keep
another
watching
one.
that
Yeah.
Probably in some infuriating way justifying this death even more.
I think episode 6, chapter 6 was for me the like build up. I think 7 was like the way to like wrap it. I'm sorry, Matt, they keep hitting your hat.
It's okay.
To wrap it like a nice big bow of like just completing the whole thing and closing loose ends. But I was taken back to Queen Amidala and young Annie, like shooting their guns, the pew pew pew, and then running away, and you know, like
Going up the building.
yeah, like it took me back to that film and that kind of fighting and how they're running and hiding behind walls, and I don't know, it just kind of wrapped it all up for me again.
with the
There's things
everything.
there's things that we only saw in animated form for so long, and now they're happening in live action.
Well,
and
they brought so much honor to like the prequels that we haven't seen like almost ever in these
Finally.
live action shows
Even
and
the
Finally.
ships, like
Yep.
they're spaceships, like the what is it called, the
you
The
cannot
Naboo fighter?
you cannot forget
yeah,
the
the
great
fighter, the starfighter, and
the greatness that is the prequels.
it was great. I don't know, it was just for me it was like a reminder of the things that I've seen throughout the films, the cartoons, the animated.
And the way they did the nostalgia was just so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like how they really just hinted it and implied it, and different actions you see happen. Only people who watch those would understand what that is. Like I still can't get over the flip that Luke does with Grogu on his back.
Yeah.
You know, and also I am, like I said, very curious about Grogu, and will he decide later if he does want to do Jedi training or not, or how he's going to wield the Force.
I think that moment with Luke is a very clear...
Definitive moment, right?
Yeah, I mean, he may tap into, like, maybe getting a lightsaber someday, but just because you have a lightsaber doesn't mean you're
that is
Jedi.
true.
fully a Jedi. He may become more like an Ahsoka, maybe, because he is strong, or, I mean, who knows? I mean, people have always talked about it, but, like, the idea of a bounty hunter / Jedi character, so, like, is Grogu just going to become this really extremely talented, force-sensitive... Not bounty hunter, but, like, you know, ranger...
Mandalorian
character
guy.
that knows how to use it. I don't know. I think there's just what I love about this is and kind of what you would see in Clone Wars. For those of you that haven't seen it, is like there were so many episodes, and I'm sure those of you that have seen it know that like there were some episodes that sometimes felt so different or like so in their own like. There's so many episodes you look back to and you're like, this is so weird and different, but I love it because it's a new take on Star Wars, but it doesn't violate like what Star Wars is and the source material and the core of it. It kind of switches the lens, if you will. And that's why it's okay, and that's how I feel about this. I think there's things in here that were new and different, like, you know, it kind of reminded me of Back to the Future, that those speeders that the teens had.
Oh yeah.
It was new, it was different, very colorful, more color than we've seen, I think, on
In
Tatooine.
Star Wars.
But it's, I mean, hey, it's new, it's different, and it won't be everyone's cup of tea, but I think they did it. I mean, I trust Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, and clearly, and Robert Rodriguez, and all the directors involved, Bryce Dallas Howard, they all have been learning, and it's a, like we've talked about before in the other Mandalorian reactions, the way to tell a Star Wars story is not just something you know how to do. It's got to be passed down. It's got to be taught. It's got to be, you know, it's an apprenticeship, if you will.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make another note too. Is I know that Robert Rodriguez was very involved in the making of this show. He directed several episodes.
Executive produced too.
Executive produced.
I believe.
And if you haven't seen Sharkboy and Lava Girl, I have to put this out there. Sharkboy and Lava Girl. It's kind of our childhood. It's more nostalgic. But there's a lot of colors and there's a lot of things going on. But at the core of it, there's a heart to the story. It's a boy who's coping with the divorce of his parents and Lava Girl represents his mom and Shark Boy represents his dad, and there's heart to the story, and that's why we respect it so much and we love it.
Even with Spy Kids movies as
right,
well, like he has such a great way of putting the heart into the story.
So I would say that the fact that he was able to have, along with the telling of Star Wars and with Dave Filoni and the whole team that worked on this, there is a heart to this story. I think that's why they called it the Book of Boba Fett. It's sort of like a parable or like a story that is very
like a
metaphorical, like a memoir. Yeah, it
speaks many volumes.
It speaks many volumes. The ultimate point.
Well, and honestly, it's the whole question of like, you know, there's always the question of what would this kind of scenario look like in the Star Wars universe, and that's what we saw. We just saw a bunch of teens on their bike things and Tatooine. Like,
well, also how it
know?
advanced throughout time, because the time of when Luke was a kid and living on Tatooine is very different compared to the time when Rey comes along with that generation. So, you know, there's going to be young teens and stuff who are doing that. And we haven't been able to see that before. So the fact that we did was very, very cool.
I don't know. They're just so brilliantly putting the stories, like bringing in those pieces, but also showing us like new ways of seeing things that we've seen that didn't make sense before. I'm curious about Ahsoka because she had a huge story, you know, after Anakin
Star Wars Rebels
changed when we saw Rebels. I don't know, I'm curious to see what she's doing. It seems like right now she's just kind of laying low and staying out of the way. I'm curious where her storyline will go.
Right, if it's gonna go, are we gonna have flashbacks kind of like this?
Yeah,
I feel like we will. I mean, how is Hayden Christensen gonna be?
And where's it gonna take place?
Also, because wasn't she trying to look for Admiral Thrawn in Mandalorian 2, season 2?
I'm just excited about that, the new series that are coming and what they're going to do with that storyline. Because just with Boba Fett, everything they just did, like with just 7 chapters, is amazing.
Yeah.
So to think of like Obi-Wan and Ahsoka, like what else are they gonna pull out?
Right.
I mean, that's exciting.
So my question to you all is, if they intertwine, because I think now Mando is becoming this vehicle character that takes us into these other
People's
characters' lives and their progression through the stories we've grown to know.
Right.
So do you hope that they continue to use Mando's personal big journey as a way to connect us to Ahsoka, for example? Kenobi might be very different.
So. That would be, well, yeah, I think that's like a spin-off of
right.
But I would say that would be really great if they did that. It just has to make sense in his story. It shouldn't almost feel like it's forced.
Yes.
Because this contributed so much to Mando, and he's getting used to, obviously, he was basically banished from his... Basically, he lost honor and respect because he didn't respect the creed in the armor lady and the other guy. You know, he's trying to find his own way in learning from Boba Fett and everything. So this obviously goes really well with his story, and this made this whole thing happen, basically. But I think if it connects with the Ahsoka story, then that would make lots of sense.
And it's still Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau writing, so there's I have a strong feeling there's a bigger picture that they have in mind. Certain acts that they're building towards. So it's very good to keep that in mind. And you know, Hayden Christensen is going to be in Ahsoka. So are we going to see him in flashbacks? Most probably. But are we also going to see Ahsoka having conversations with an Anakin Force ghost? You know,
Sabine is already cast.
So there's a lot there, and because Sabine's in it, I have a strong feeling that whole show is gonna be centered around Ezra. Centered around Ezra and that whole journey. Already knowing that, I don't think it would be so connected to this or to Mando.
Ahsoka, I have a feeling, this is my theory, will be involved in some sort of assistance with Mando being able to wield the Darksaber.
Yeah.
Grogu is a tie still to that Jedi side. I want to keep in mind the name Vizsla, the House of Vizsla, which was the house of the very first person, Mandalorian / Jedi, to wield that Darksaber. In order for Mandalorian to take its potential Mandalore rather, for it to take its potential place again in the galaxy, I have a feeling Mando is a big part of that journey. Bo-Katan is still out there somewhere, but Grogu being in Mando's life means there's still Jedi, and the Force is very close to Mando now. That's all going to turn into something very, very exciting. Not to mention...
The next Mandalorian Jedi is what you're trying to hint at.
Not only
I'm not ready for that, man.
Listen,
I'm not ready for
I
that.
would love to see that. Not only that, but that story of Mandalore and that planet falling apart is very close tied to what Jedi Knight? Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, Obi-Wan
and
Kenobi.
somehow all of this is there's gonna be flashbacks. I'm just wanting to see. I want to see this story of Mandalore be connected to all these other main source material, and I'll be one very happy Star Wars.
Obi-Wan,
that.
Obi-Wan and Satine. There's Mandalore. Guys, we want to hear your thoughts in the comments. We want to connect with all of you. So let us know down
Have fun with
below what your opinions are, what you guys thought, what you noticed.
Mando might be cooking with his brand new knife.
Yeah,
just cutting apples with the dark saber.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
What you guys are excited to see in these upcoming shows. What you thought about the show, if you loved it, if you hated it, if you strongly disliked it, where you are in the spectrum.
Or if you don't care.
We highly respect your opinion, and we'd
We
love
help
to hear
open new eyes.
and we'd love to hear why you stand with that opinion. And if you didn't like it, we're sorry. We're sorry you didn't like it. I mean, obviously, no matter what movie it is, even if I love it, I hate to hear that someone doesn't like a movie.
I trust Dave Filoni. I trust Dave Filoni.
Hey, but listen,
regardless,
in the words of my professor in film school, it's cinema. You think it's great, you're right. You think it sucks, you're right too. It's fine. It's art.
Right.
It's beautiful.
So regardless, it's bringing us together, and we're reacting and comment, giving our thoughts on here together. So thank you for listening to us. If you've made it this far, thank you for hearing us divulge in our theories and our comments. And clearly, the show is doing its job. So let us know below your opinions in the comments. If you guys want to help support the stuff we do here on MaJeliv, getting more reaction videos out and original creative content that we want to make, you guys can check out our Patreon with the link in the description or with this card up above, where you guys can become official producers and support us monthly. Right now, our goal is to make enough monthly so we can hire an editor. That way we can get more reaction videos out your way. And that amount monthly that you pledge would also help us create skits and sketches and short films that we've had in mind, that we have been planning up and conceptualizing, and we'd be continuing some stories we've told in the past, like our first run, our short film first run, and our short film A Good Tip, along with some other skits and things that we have in mind. So if you guys are a fan of the creative content we've done, or you want to check out what we've done, if you guys have never seen the stuff we've done, you guys can check out the links in the description and a card up above. But with that, go out there, spread your light, and we'll see you guys in the next MaJeliv video.
May the Force be with you.
Bye.
Bye.